All right. Alrighty then. Um, let's get started again. Um, so since yesterday there has been some update. One, I got my own space finally. I had a guest. I had a friend staying over, and he basically occupied the room that I was supposed to sort of stream out of. But I'm finally here. Uh, uh, I'm not saying I'm really happy to see him go, but um, at least I have the room to myself finally. And uh, yeah, hopefully, I mean, if he's seeing this stream right now, sorry about that. But yeah, I finally have some space to stream. The last two streams, I was literally sitting up on my bed and doing that. And that's why maybe there was some uh, weird sort of my voice was going weird because maybe I was like lying down too low or something like that. Uh, Hopefully those issues should be resolved today. And I still need to tweak the audio on the Steam Deck. It's still showing me two sort of channels for uh, mic input, which is causing some echo for no reason. And Still need to figure that out. Not quite there yet. I found some guides online. I found some Reddit posts. Yeah, but never got a chance to sort of sit down and like do it. Uh, ju- just chores and everything have been sort of keeping me uh, generally. Anyways, okay. Let's get started. So yeah, we are also a little bit late today. So today is gonna be like a shorter stream, I guess. Um, but let's hope we get something substantial done. I did change the mods a little bit. Okay, so I did change the mod list a little bit. I added one mod to the list, which is rampant evolution, right? Um, so we didn't have that in the we don't have that in the quick start sort of save, and we don't have that listed on the link yet. By the way, that link is still there in the about me on my channel page. Uh, Please look at that. I have sort of compiled mod list over there. I've uploaded the quick start save over there that you can just download and get started with, and all the list, the entire mod list will sort of get auto installed for you, and the entire sort of settings and everything that we did on the stream, you're going to be following the same sort of settings, right? You're free to do your own settings though, right? But yeah, it's a good sort of jumping off point if you'd like to do that. Anyways, so the reason that we coming back to this, the reason that we installed rampant evolution, added that to the mod list, is because we're gonna be a little slow. I'm a little on the slower side of things when I'm sort of playing, and I it's sort of super scary to see evolution going up when when you're just basically thinking about stuff, and you're just the pace may be different than what you would sort of be expected to play at. So yeah, this is basically that. What it does basically is, if you're not producing pollution, okay, or if you're producing pollution in like limited quantities, right, and that your pollution is sort of being absorbed only by trees, and yada yada yada, some rules like that. Um, your actual like the biter evolution is gonna come down, right? So there's a bunch of options. We'll just go through that right now. So they're all in map settings. Let's go down to rampant evolution. So here it sort of tells you the default settings. Well, we're going to stick to the defaults here. If there's some interesting sort of settings that you would want me to change, I can accommodate that for sure. But looking at this, evolution per spawner absorbed pollution. So that's, as soon as a spawner absorbs the pollution, the evolution goes up. Evolution per spawner killed is, again, it goes massively up, right? So if you're expanding and killing spawners a lot, your evolution is going to skyrocket. Evolution per tile absorbed pollution is still, it's going to increase a little bit. But if a tree absorbs pollution, that's a -8, right? So if you're basically sustainable in terms of, what you're producing, or if you're just thinking about, what to do next, and your sort of factories idling, then it's going to slowly trickle down to, like, like the evolution is going to sort of slowly lower down, and uh, the biters are going to get a little bit more calmer in terms of like their evolution. Um, yeah, but if you damage a tree by pollution, right? If you're producing like massive amounts of pollution and they're killing off trees, and that's like 27 up, right? If you're killing a biter, if you're getting attacked a lot, that's a -10. So yeah, and all of this other stuff is set to zero now. But like for example, evolution per time second elapsed. So I can have this as -1 or something. So if I'm not doing anything, it's just gonna come down a little bit. Evolution per pollution generated is also zero, right? So basically, the vanilla values are set to zero, right? Um, and worm killed is zero, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, all of this stuff. So I'm basically keeping it all at default, right? But if you're playing it by yourself, feel free to tweak them. There's one value that I did tweak just to make it a little more spicier, and that was this one. So peak evolution minimum percentage, right? So evolution is going up and it is going down, right? Unlike the vanilla game where you only have evolution going up, it never comes down, right? It only goes in one direction. Here, it basically is kind of more dynamic, right? And it sort of reacts to what you're doing rather than just increasing all the time. Uh, but since it's coming down, right? We have basically kept like a minimum cap. Like a minimum, and it can come to, right? So, we'll just treat the rule tape here. Every time the evolution goes up, this percentage is multiplied by the evolution value and stored as the lowest value the evolution can reach, right? So if you set the mod setting to 0.25, which we have set it to, the default is 0, by the way, and your evolution is 10%, right? It hits 10%. The lowest your evolution can go to is 2.5%. So we'll always have like 25% of our pollution, 25% of our evolution, sorry, as the minimum that it can go to, right? So if it goes up to like 10, if it's reducing, it'll not go back down to zero. It'll get stuck at, 2.5. If it's at, let's say, whatever, 20, then it can come back to 5, right, as the minimum. We can increase it to increase the difficulty. We can make it like 0.5 or something. Um, but I guess this is okay for now. Uh, Also, this changes the gameplay a bit. So, for example, early game when we're sort of expanding, building, thinking about the factory, we don't have tools to defend ourselves just for it. It's gonna be easier, relatively. It's gonna be easier, relatively. It's gonna be easier. Oh wow, what? Relatively, it's gonna be easier. Oh wow, what? Relatively, it's gonna be easier. Oh wow, what? Relatively, it's gonna be easier. Oh wow, what? Okay. I don't know what happened there.
Okay. I don't know what happened there.
It's still happening.
Okay. I don't.
Hello. Hello. Yeah, okay. I can still hear the echo, but hey, hello. Hi. Okay, you can't hear an echo. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know what's happening. I have never sort of experienced this. Yeah, the last few streams have been like perfect, but now some reason this is happening. Anyways, no, we are not starting a new game. We're continuing the same game. We are though we added a new mod to the list. So just we're just talking about that. Yeah, it's the rampant evolution mod. This one right here. It basically makes evolution sort of go up, but also go down. It keeps it a little more dynamic. Oh yeah, this is so. This is not rampant. This is not the the infamous rampant that that makes the game infinitely difficult and all of that. No, this is by the same person. It's called Rampant Evolution, a similar name because it's from the same person. But it kind of makes it easier early game uh, by sort of letting you reduce the evolution because of some rules. So, for example, if you're, if you kill a biter, the evolution is reduced.
If a tree absorbs pollution, then evolution is reduced. And these are the values. These are all configurable. So it's pretty cool. It's sort of dynamic, right? We changed one value over here, which is evolution minimum percentage, which is basically how much what is the minimum cap on the evolution, right? So default is zero, right? So it basically can go to like 100, but then come back to zero. Uh, but then we don't want that. We want basically some sort of permanence to the evolution increasing, right? Some sort of consequence to what we're doing. So I've set it to 0.25, which is basically like, so it's gonna the minimum cap of the evolution is gonna be 25% of the maximum that we've reached. So if we reach 10% of Evo, and it's starting to increase because we're playing nicely, then it can come down to 2.5% at minimum. It won't go down beyond that. Um, yeah, that's basically that's the one change that we did. Well, oh, nice. Okay. You were able to clear a starter island already. Okay, I'm still yet to do that. Um, uh, yeah, we still have the pistol right now. I, uh, I'll need, I think, some more sort of ammo, I guess, made so that we can get to that point. But for now, we still have plenty of biters on our starting island. I okay for some reason on my in my sort of I set up headphones so the echo does not become audible back to, on back to the capture device, the captured software. But I can still hear my own voice, in the headphones. So it's a little annoying. Give me like I think a couple minutes to figure it out. If we don't figure it out, we'll just get started regardless. Yeah, armored, toxic, explosive, cold. That's yeah, they are the bottleneck right now. Oh, okay, so we have. All right, testing, testing. God damn it, testing with this one. It's weird. That's weird. Super weird. Anyways, we'll just proceed. We're already late. Uh, yeah, we're 40 minutes in and we're not start to not even started. So let's just get started. All right, okay. Going in. So the first thing that we'll notice is that rampant evolution will recalculate the evolution, right? So earlier our evolution was around 1.5% or something like that at the end of the last episode. But this can sort of recalculate it. based on other factors that it considers, and yeah, and then it has set it to 0% right now. So, and there is a handy sort of uh, GUI over here to track evolution and the reason for various values. So evolution that we reached, the current evolution value actually in absolute terms is 0.013. It doesn't show it here so much because it kind of rounds it up, but it's 0.1013, and the contributors are tiles, and trees is like negative, so it's reducing it. Dying trees is increasing it, and then the rest of this stuff. And yeah, and it's showing how much evolution changed over the last 60 minutes, the last 30 minutes, the last 5 minutes. Yep, we can hide that one for now. Even small snappers are pretty nasty if you have pistol and no armor. Yes, yes, we did not have armor the last time around, and this one is a snapper nest, and we had to deal with it. There were a bunch of snappers. Although, thanks to MSI, we did kind of loot, some of these sort of dropped ship parts, and we got a bunch of armor piercing pistol magazine. We're still using up the pistol, the regular pistol magazine that we have, but once we run out of that, we're gonna sort of replace that with armor piercing, and that's gonna make life a little bit easier. And we wouldn't need lead for that because we have a bunch of it. Anyways, let's look at the research. Let's figure out a goal for this time around. We decided on the last stream that we need to get to trains. That's our goal for today. Um, yeah, we need to get railway. For that, we need to do this one mission to unlock engines, research that. We need to get the steel. We need to get electronics. We're already researching some of these things. Logistic tech cards is another mission that we'll encounter. We'll have to resolve that as well. Get fast inserters and filter inserters. Get containerization sorted, researched, and also get logistics too in. Which, to be honest, it's super useless I mean, it's weird that it's here in the Tech 3. It's kind of needed for trains, but because we're not going to be using red belts for some time, but I guess it's okay. It's just one research that we need to get rid of. And then finally, we'll get to railway, right? So let's get started by doing this one mission, which we have transport. Okay, that is the MSI technology transport vehicle. It contains important data for transport method, and of course, we must retrieve that technology. Bring the vehicle to our wrecked ship for extraction. All right. Caution dealing with it though. MSI has added extreme measures to secure the classified data it contains. So it was installed a self destruction event in case of unauthorized access. Okay, so it's gonna self destruct basically. Be prepared to get rid of it once the data is retrieved. All right, okay. Be advised the vehicle is junk and has no reverse. And of course, it's a tree finder extreme. You will find all the trees with the front of your bumper, regardless if you want to or not. All right, so it's basically very slow, and you can't reverse, so you have to be a little more careful with it. uh, and let's see how many we can find in air quotes on the way back with our vital precious cargo. Hey Redriff, no cheating allowed here. How you doing? I'm good, I'm all good. How about you? What's up? We're not cheating, we're just making it a little more spicy, I guess. That's what we're going for. Um, yeah, and I guess it makes it a little more interesting. But if it doesn't, obviously that's something that we can figure out. Okay, so it's all the way over there. So we need to get that car from over there to our base, to our ship, basically. So one thing with MSI is that you, even if you want to, you can't pick this guy up, right? It's kind of needed. It's cannot be mined, right? You need it for the missions, and it's gonna stay there unless you have pickadollies and you want to move it with that, which is GT in my opinion. But anyways, uh, let's put some sort of uh, stupid research into it. Um, oh, sort of copper here, do that, and just want to make sure that we have like enough research going on, um, and we're not stopping as I when as long as I'm sort of busy on a mission, working on some code as usual. Ah, okay. Yeah, I saw some feedback on on Discord. Is that what you're working on? What kind of monster minds a spaceship, anyways? Yes, there are idiots, in my opinion, in the community, and I look at their sort of videos or streams, and the first thing they do is they pick up the spaceship, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, oh, oh, okay. Uh, Never mind, dude. It's okay. I'm just joking. Don't take it seriously or something. All right. Okay. We have some fuel in here. We can put in rifle magazine here. Let's do that because I'm pretty sure we're gonna encounter some resistance along the way. I'm also gonna save so we can save scum. That's cheating for sure. Yes, we're gonna cheat a little bit. There is no reverse, so we have to make sure that the front is basically the front is a bit clear, so we can figure out like a path for it easily. All right, okay, let's go. I was sorely tempted, but it's still there. Don't worry. Oh, okay. I believe you. It landed on my iron patch. Oh, so you can use it as storage, by the way. If it's on your iron patch, so you will, even if you're playing without K2 or with K2 or whatever it is, you will get advanced mining drills, right? Even without K2, you will have this big mining drill. Uh, but with K2, you're gonna get these ones as well, like early on. So what you do is you basically just place all these drills, adjacent to the ship, feeding into the ship, and that's gonna fill it with ore, and then you take it out via loader or inserter or something. And because of the range on these bigger mining drills, it's gonna sort of pull up all the ore from under the ship too. Yeah, that's a hot tip right there. I did that in my previous base. It was on the iron ore patch too, over there. So yeah, so in the screenshot that I posted on the Discord from my last playthrough, you would notice that the ship is surrounded by furnaces and miners. Anyways, okay, let's get started. Oh, it's already night. We also have the risk of bumping into wisps now, so we have to be extra careful, but we'll do it. Boom. Ah, it's slow. It's okay, it's very slow. Yeah, it's not as slow as I expected. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I knew. No, 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 no. Ah, there's no reverse. Shit. Okay. I hope these biters. Oh, wow! Look at that. That guy just popped up from the ground. There was a worm over there. Slowly inching towards my ship. Boom! Nice. Nice. Okay, mission accomplished. Transport unlocks technology engine. And it's this guy is gonna explode. Oh wow. Oh, okay. I need to get it away from my base. Okay, this location seems fine. I don't want to repair it anymore. Let's grab the fuel and the ammo. Let's see. Okay, so we got one worm over there. Uh, we gotta get rid of that sooner or later. Might as well do it sooner. But yeah, we got engines unlocked. There you go. Okay, let's research that. What do we need? What do we need next? Electronics, engines. We can do fast inserters because we need that. Um, and going back to railway because we're beelining to railway right now. That's the objective. We're just ignoring everything else around it. Um, Heavy armor. We can get it, but we don't have steel yet, or we do have steel yet, I guess. Let's look at what we unlocked so far. We got steel processing. We got electric mining drills. We got sentinels. You hear about the circus fire? It was intense. I don't get this one. Anyways, ignoring. Wow, what? Okay, yeah, that's this guy exploding. Yeah, it has like a nukish explosion. So good thing that we may sort of set it a little farther from the base. I kind of like it though, Red Ray. I like the rocks. And I mean, look at my map though. Like we have this entire north region is basically just the volcanic region, which is full of rocks. Look at this. So yes, it is kind of annoying, but uh, anything for immersion, I guess. I am a sucker for immersion. I'm enjoying this swearing very much. Huh? Who's swearing? Did I swear? I apologize if I did. I don't. I mean, I'm not a native English speaker, and we sort of understand English a little bit, or like maybe just the slang. We kind of swear without realizing if we're doing that. Ah, the Doom guy sound effects. Oh, okay. All right, that's done. Let's look at what we unlocked. We got a steel chest, and we can store a whole four stacks in it. That's pretty cool. A whole four stacks, man, compared to the two for the iron chest. So we're gonna be using this. We got some display plates for the steel, I guess, electric mining drills, and a bunch of stuff here. Coke, steel plates, steel gears, steel beams. Nice, awesome. All right, okay. Just to be a little more, you know what? Yeah. Uh, we have a bunch of solar panels that we looted earlier. Let's see if we can stack these nicely. Uh, so that's exactly so the range on the power poles is also higher. So we can do this, we can do that. Although we do need accumulators as well. Does that look good? No, that's not as Oh, this is out of range. But we can do this. And then we can fit one over here and a couple over here. And then we can do copy paste this. And this connects exactly. Pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, we're out of accumulators. We're out of. Oh, that was exactly the number of solar panels that we had. Uh, I'm working on three new mods, maintaining all the currents. One will be a scenario, the other an enhancer for trains. Anything but LTN. Gotcha, Redrick. Yeah, you're a busy man. I get it. I get it. So yeah, so this is like the perfect example for we had the don't rebuild this stuff mod, right? So some of this stuff is marked as uh, is marked for deconstruction, but some of the stuff like in the middle is not because it was already there, right? So it kind of ignores um, the stuff that's already there and doesn't so that the bots don't do double duty in picking stuff up and then putting it back. And we don't also yeah I kind of hate squeak through, but there are moments like this where you kind of need it. So okay, and we're gonna hook it up these guys, and hopefully, wow, nice, look at that. Okay, now what do we want to do? What do we want to do? We have electric miners and we have some steel furnaces. So would be a nice idea to set these guys up and use our electricity to get things done. I should maybe at this point figure out the direction of our bus. We have our resources over here, we have this over here, and we have some protection over here from the cliffs. So that's a good thing. At the bottom, we have some protection over here, but then this is wide open. Um, okay, so if I want a bus, uh, then ideally maybe I'll collect all the ores and the plates over here, and then maybe take them this way, like right next to the pond that we have, the starter pond, and just above it, and then we can have our sort of malls and buildings and signs and everything going sort of jutting out like that, and we can easily protect it from the top because there's not many nests over here at the top. um, and maybe even we can sort of turn belt downwards over here and we can turn the buildings over here like that, and then maybe after that we can sort of bring it back and down or something like that. Not sure, or maybe bring it straight down but like start building this way. Sure. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, so I let these guys cook. um I don't want to bother these guys too much. We will sort of uh, try to push as much stone into there. Wow, okay, we have another mission here. Research upgrade. There must be a science droid. Okay, a bunch of grammar mistakes and typos. But sure, I guess that we can contribute to the locale for MSI too. At least I can do that. Anyways, that must be our science droid. Go to that ship's computer and repair it. You will probably find a droid carrying an important science pack. Protect and escort it back to a wrecked spaceship, so we can retrieve the technology. Remember to file a complaint with corporate about how slow this little bugger is. I'm fairly sure they built that intentionally, and the poor pathing is nothing more than an added little benefit. Tip: you can use Control E to call the droid to your position. Okay, so I've played this kind of mission before. It's the most annoying mission, in MSI 2 as a whole, and it sort of comes up for all, tech cards. Uh, in every tech card is basically an escort mission based. So it's a little annoying, but it doesn't happen too much though. Um, but yeah, this tip is kind of incomplete. So basically, when you press by default, it follows you, but if you press Control E, you can ask it to not follow you, right? So the bot will can stay at a place if you want it protected. But you can also press Control E anytime, and it'll start coming to you again. So yeah, so you kind of escort it, and yeah, all hell will break loose as soon as we get it out of this guy, which is annoying. Anyways, um, let's see what else we can research here. Uh, Steel text plates, not quite. I'm not very interested in that. Let's do these guys. Let's get ourselves some heavy armor. As soon as we get some steel, we can unlock this one. Landfill is not needed right now. There's two recipes for landfill, by the way. There's sand and water, and then there's wood and stone. All right, okay. I don't know which one is cheaper. They both seem equivalent, um, but it's fine, I guess. Larger containers. So this one has a storage size of 120, and this one has a storage size of 500. Uh, all right. We can use these guys, I guess. Nah, you know what? Never mind. Uh, Maybe not right now. Let's focus on other stuff. I don't want to do these researches. They are very nice. They increase the damage, but as soon as you do this one, this mission is gonna unlock, and this is gonna be a military mission where you have to like fight a boss and stuff. So it's gonna be a boss fight. So we better be prepared before we get to this one. Yeah, just a hot tip because kind of a spoiler too. But okay. Fluid chemistry will get us to mineral water, silicon, and also oil processing. Sure, why not? Okay. This mission we're gonna ignore for now. We're gonna set up our the belts for the bus. Yeah, let's set up some. Wait, why am I crafting a pistol of all things? Anyways, let's set up sort of some placeholder just to get a bearing of where we're going. And our first belt, uh, not exactly here, but we can like maybe. Actually, this is fine. This is fine. So we want it to be right over here, right? And that's how it's gonna be. That's the second sort of bus thing, and let's let me just copy paste that. So that and that. Okay. Uh, so all we want to make sure is that we are sort of pushing our iron and Um, you know what? One, two, three, four. Let's make four of these just to mark these guys. Or wait, no, not you. Let's make these guys. Um, so one, two, three, four, and you're gonna be iron plates. You're gonna be copper plates. We're just gonna have one lane. We're not gonna reserve more than one lane. Because we can increase the speed of the bus, and that just doubles the throughput right away. And uh, if it's too much trouble, we can always containerize it and then set it across the bus. And that's basically solves all of our throughput issues. So we don't want to make a lot of belts just like we do in vanilla. We're just gonna stick to the basics here. This can be our um, bricks and as well as stone, right, on the same belt. That should be okay. And this is gonna be steel. Yeah, that's the first one sorted. We're gonna figure out the rest as we go along, so we don't have to think about it right now. And let's just feed this guy some copper. K2 late game belts are madfest. Yes, yeah. So we may never reach that point. By the way, I mean we may never use those belts because we're gonna be doing a lot of um, I mean, at least not for the bus, right? Uh, because we'll maybe have like a train-based sort of base, and trains plus the containerization thing. That's like way better than having like a very expensive bus going around your base. Yeah, but we're going to be using those for our like, really mad uh, builds with the advanced stuff, right? The advanced furnaces, the chemical plants, the advanced assemblers. Yeah, we will end up using those belts, but we'll basically be. I imagine we'll be using it very sparingly. Um, but yeah. Red Reef, for how long do MSI 2 missions stretch? I've played early game, but I don't know if it gives missions in late game too. So, one way to look at it is just scroll down in your tech tree and you will see all of these things, right? So, it's compatible with space exploration, with K2 and vanilla, right? And even IR3. These are the technologies that spawn a mission, basically, right? You need to unlock the mission. You need to do those missions for to unlock these technologies before you can research them, right? So if you look at this list, in K2 we have singularity tech cards, we have our antimatter reactors, so super late game, right? There's also some secret stuff, right? So this one is basically the secret sort of MSI2 ending, proto-molecule scan. Uh, if you've watched Expanse, you can see the reference. Um, but yeah, this technology will allow our satellites to detect the presence of the mysterious proto-molecule, so we can start the analysis and properties of that unknown particle. Yeah, so there's going to be some insane boss fights and some huge sort of events happening at this point in time when you get to that point. Let's see where it is located. So it's right after atomic bomb. Yeah, so you can see that you will need the atomic bomb to deal with this kind of you know something, whatever it is. I've never reached that this point, by the way, but this is where the MSI2 sort of the lore ends over here. We also have something like this, which we were discussing on the Discord the other day, which is MSI rocket delivery requests. So we have basically your team was hired by MSI with the purpose extract mineral riches. So basically, be containerizing in these special containers some materials like blue chips and stuff like that, and shipping that up periodically, and we'll get some sort of benefit out of that, right? So I don't know what exactly you'll get, but when we reach there, we'll see. I guess. But yeah, it's like it's like across the game. But the missions do get stale over time, and with your advanced tech, you kind of get to uh, dealing with these missions. You can easily deal with them later on, so they become a little sort of just formalities at that point. But you will also get to see like bigger bosses and bigger sort of monsters and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting. That just keeps it fresh at that point. Anyways, let's see. So we're planning out our belt here, and this can be the goal, or so. Okay, a good thing to do here is to go into recipe book. Okay, um, and see how many recipes actually use stone bricks versus just stone versus coal. And this is like a good guide for you to figure out if you do need a full belt of it or a half belt of it, or it can share, etc., etc. So let's look at the wall. So sorry, not the wall, the stone brick. So that is used for wall, for which we don't need too much of because we're on islands, and that's like a natural barrier anyways. uh, then we have concrete is needed for a bunch of stuff, but I guess we don't need it early game. And steel furnaces, electric furnace, refinery, so we'll need bricks in a decent sort of quantity. Looking at stone, stone is needed for stone furnaces, rails. We don't need stone anymore, by the way. Uh, Rails, yeah, we need a bunch of rails, so we need a lot of stone for that. Repair packs, not too much. These rocks we're not gonna build unless we're feeling super savvy. Landfill, so yeah, sure. We don't need too much of landfill. We do need a lot of landfill actually, but we don't need it as fast as we can get. We don't need like a super high throughput on that. Electronic components. Yeah, this is pretty important. This is needed for rig circuits, so we need stone quite a bit. Looking at coal, I think coal is mostly just all the ammos and stuff. So okay, we do need it for coke, for steel, and we do need it for uh, float-on capsules, plastic bars. Yes, plastic bars. Later on, we'll need it for tailings filtration. Explosives. Hmm. Okay. So I guess what we can do is we can maybe do this and combine these two on the same thing. Does that make sense? Yeah, because we don't need coal too much, and we don't need we do need, uh, or we'll just have these on like separate bits. Fine too. Yeah, because we have some space to sort of add to this belt after the fact also, so that's not a big deal. Um, sure. Okay. Moving on. Let's set up our electric miners. So the sort of this pattern that we want to follow is we have some steel furnaces. Also, we should be researching steel furnaces. We should be beelining towards that as well. But that's right after logistics expert. Okay, we have some on ourselves for our person, so might as well use that. Boom, boop, boop. there and there. Oh, we don't have the recipe set for these guys. Do that, and that's a perfect ratio. Yep, we're producing and consuming at the exact same rate. That's 5 to 2. Um, and I like that. So we're just gonna feed it like that, and we will have this outputting like so. So yeah, the reason that I'm doing it this way is I because I hate mining up uh, just raw ore and then shipping that all over the place, right? It's annoying to me, and I would have like really like to just process it on site and get it done with, right? Because there's only one use for the ore, as far as I know. Anyways, we do need to feed these guys um with coal or with some fuel. So that's interesting. Okay, so we have undergroundies. Let's see if we can do something with that. So let's say the coal belt is coming like so, and we have this here and this here, and something like that, maybe. How will I feed these two? Let's have a splitter over here. We're already an RN. We barely made any progress. So yes, we gotta speed up. And we don't want to risk the ore coming out from here going into this lane, going merging into the feeder. I don't think it works like that, but even if it does, we're just gonna reverse the belt over here. So whatever is coming out of whatever ore is coming out of here, it's just gonna stick to this end of the belt, which is fine, as long as these inserters can do that, which I believe they can. Yeah, let's flip this one. I don't want another belt of coal going through this. So let's remove these parts. Hmm. A man accidentally swallowed his watch. That must have been time consuming. Lot of iron. Get some copper too. All right. Oh, we're out. So, all right. Let's one more launch. Yeah, we can this guy and this guy with one engine. Okay, that works. That works. We also want um wait, why do we have two of these? We don't need them. Okay. We don't have electric poles. I think electric poles unlock the next science level. Um, try to do this with regular wooden poles. See if we can do this. Perfect. We can. Um, okay, let's start with the bottom. That's the easier one. So this, and then there is this. So and then we can do one here, one here. So one, right? That should cover everything, including this guy. Yeah, maybe I can like even extend it all the way for the next one. So that's one, two. Let's see if we can do it. So we had this like so. Um, yeah, that does overlap. Okay, let's try the other side. So this is a little more fiddly over here because of this is all like part of it. So can we have something like that? Mm, need some space. How about we offset it by one and that. So we will have something similar over here. This guy touches all of those guys, and then have this guy over here, and we have one here. Now the problem with this one is that there is nothing touching this inside. This yeah, this inside. What do we do about that? So fiddly. Hmm. Okay, how about until we get to medium liquid, we make this these two uh, burner inserters. I know burner inserters consume more fuel and more like sort of uh, fuel value compared to these guys. These are more efficient. But I mean, looking at this right now, so consumes fuel worth 94.2 kilowatt. But if I look at a regular inserter, that max consumption is 13.6 kilowatts. So from 94, we go to 30. Like what? I don't know. By like 1/6 or something. That's pretty cool. Yeah, but I don't think we can accommodate it a lot uh, until we get to like these bigger inserters. We have a limited amount of them, so we're gonna hold on to these guys. About start from there, then go there, something like that. Then you also do that, and you also we don't need both of these. We only need one of these because this already covers plenty. We'll do this one. Huh. Okay. Uh, let's save this blueprint. And I still am a little worried that this might not stack. Uh, Basically because of the undergrounds. They will need one more tile, and we don't have the range for that. But I'm just gonna clear it for now, and take basically place it um as up top as we can, yeah, because we need two of these. And there you go, that's the same. And there we go. It's not perfect because we have like this duplication here. As well do that, but oh, I'm out of materials. Ghost counter to the rescue. I have a bunch of stuff in our pockets. Um, Here, take the coal that we have. Get some more coal to feed these guys because I suspect we'll need more iron than we are producing until we can make that. Where's the coal guy? Yeah, we just have these two, which what? Yeah, we get about 100 coal from these two. This good enough. Go. And I like how like with this mod that I have, which is it yeah, toggle mouse over constructor, right? I just need to hover over my ghosts and it just places it, right? It makes it convenient early game, and makes it not non-cheaty, right? I'm not getting bots uh, as I generally would. We have to place one more of these guys, and we have to place two electric poles. Oh, over there, one over there, and another one over here. That's all of them. And some more of these poles, and hook this up to our power. Let's see if this works even. Yeah, because I like without connecting it to power, I don't know if something is running properly or not. All that. Why can't you tell a taco a secret? They tend to spill the beans. I don't know if I should laugh or cry. These guys. These suck. Okay, let's see. Okay, so all the electric things that were supposed to connect, they are connected. We just need to supply this thing with coal. Yeah, they are pushing in bunch of. At this point, I think we can deconstruct these guys. Let's deconstruct these guys. Um, and feed these guys with all the coal that you have, so we can get them, just using up all the iron, and then we can pull this up. Ooh, suddenly dark. Let's make lamps. Of course, we need. Forgot to put lamps in the blueprint. Um, we need one lamp over there. We'll place one lamp there. Yeah. Okay. Um, I like this. I like this. I think it's gonna leave some patches in the middle that will not be able to mine properly. But we're playing with K2, so as soon as we get the new miners, which I believe need rare metals, let me check. Miner. So it doesn't show up in miner, but it shows up in mining drills or just drills. And oh, no, this is the advanced one, Mark 2. This needs titanium plates and steel gears. Oh, okay, we can do this. We don't even need rare metals for this. We can get it at Blue Sign, and then we can basically rip up the rest of it without much. Um, sure. Okay. Okay. So, what do we do with the coal? Should we bring it from the back over here? I guess we should. Yeah. For the coal, we want to use these. We can use this guy again. Just copy this and like reverse it, and the coal will go this way infinitely. These are just not efficient enough. All the burn things are not efficient. So that's the trade-off. But they are self-feeding. They will never run out of coal, unless we have some attacks or whatever. But yeah, that's the thing that you have to do basically. Um, so it's good that we have this feeding the power because we don't want the power to go out. We don't want any brownouts or anything like that. But um, for our mining and stuff which uses the power, we can use more efficient methods. Anyways, wow, look at that. You keep the rest. You take all the copper that you want and pull that up. You know what? Let's uh, not occupy these guys directly. Have these. I guess these are more than what we need. And yeah, one side on the belt is fine. Um, draw the belts. We can sort of estimate how much we need. Oh, no, wrong, wrong place to figure it. All right, yeah, we can make it just a tad bit nicer by making it a straight line. Uh, Remove all the ghosts over here that we don't need. Um, Ghost. Yep. Let's undo the deconstruction panel that this guy sort of invented. Okay, that's much neater. Uh, Ghost counter to the rescue again. We need. Oh wow. Apparently, oh, we never placed down a couple of these guys. Yeah. good idea to do that now. There you go. Yeah, let's look at the pollution. Pollution is in control. We're not producing too much power because our solar sort of setup is getting us through it. I mean, looking at this, yeah, it's not even working. Like it's not. None of these are churning. That's good. That's a good thing. To saw the bell. Okay, these guys are getting a little angrier. Uh, then have to place 5 belts. That's where I really like this. It doesn't. It shows you that there's like 5 ghosts still there. Like you don't have to hunt for them. You know that. I mean, you kind of have to hunt for them because it doesn't tell you where. But it's actually good that way. Boom. Look at the power draw. Wow. Okay, we went from practically nothing to 90K. How much are you producing though? Producing 4.5 per second, which is not even half a belt, which is fine. I mean, it's not like we're gonna be using it. We can always expand it though. That's okay. Um, hmm, look at that. Oh wow, our inventory is full because did we drop anything here? No, we didn't. Cannot insert iron plate because inventory full. Oh, I was not anticipating that. We got engines. Pretty cool. Let's make some small iron ores. Will we be using a bunch of these? We have a bunch of stone. Why? I don't know why we have that much stone. We should be, uh, maybe we should like sort of, yeah, place these guys here. Get rid of some of our stone. We have a bunch of coal too. Might as well feed these guys. The ones that are still running on burners. Especially the copper. We need the copper. Yeah, all of these guys have all the coal that we need. Have a bunch of wood also. Geography teacher asked if I could name a country with no R in it, and I said no way because not a way. Anyways, uh, okay, sure. So this is exactly the correct ratio. That's a 10 to 4, and using iron plates directly on both sides of the belt. Although with K2, that's not a big problem because you can like sort of set the near and far lanes. But it's good that it's sort of pulling iron from all of this area instead of just at the top or something like that. And that's our iron belt. Yeah, here you go. We're also gonna be making a steel version of this blueprint. Aha. Okay, another mission. Search for David. Company gave us a synthetic to help with things on the ship. I don't see any remnants of it anywhere, which must be good news. It must still be stuck in some of the wreckage somewhere. I hear some noise coming from this wreckage. Perhaps if we repair it with the necessary materials, we may find our companion. So this is the other companion that we have. And where is this guy? Okay, that's the tag that we choose to use for it. It does need some materials to unlock. Uh, yeah, we'll go after this guy after we're done with stuff here. Looking at the pollution, yeah, we're still under control over there. Super unfortunate that it had to land right next to a spawner, which is stupid, weird, whatever. Anyways, uh, was spanner again. I'm telling you guys, this is like, oh wow, we got the fast inserters and the filter inserters. Also got gun turrets. We already have a bunch of gun turrets, enough to cover our base from all sides. But good to always have like stuff that we can sort of build it ourselves. Um. Anyways, yeah, yeah. What I was talking about is like this mod Ghost Counter is invaluable. Early game, it's invaluable. It just tells you what you need. Like I'm using it a lot. I'm yeah, it's pretty cool to me at least. Um, we got a couple of cores. Push that in there. Okay, look at that. How much iron plates will it produce? It will produce a total of 2.5 iron plates per second. The total, what these guys are making is 5. And if I triple this setup, right? So, for example, if I have 6 of these, um, so I'm going to get a full belt out of it. This is awesome. But anyways, we're going to work on the one that we need for steel now. So the one for steel is going to be similar, right? We're going to, let's pull, copy this one. Um, yeah, we don't want to power it just yet. Or whatever. Let's have some belts on us. Sure. Uh, and so, okay, in terms of ratio, so if we want to make steel, we also want to have coke for that, by the way. Um, okay, so we might want to replace this belt with coke instead of coal. Coke is, I think, slightly better than coal. So coal is the fuel pollution on coal is 250%, and the fuel value is 6 megajoules, right? So one piece of coal will have that much more pollution, and it's also 6 megajoules. Coke is 10 megajoules fuel value, and fuel pollution is 225%. So 25% less. It's not a huge difference, but it's definitely denser, right? Like one piece of coke will last much longer than one piece of coal. So I think we should sort of make these as well. Uh, we also need these for the steel, so that's okay. Okay. So I have this basic setup. Then we want you to output here, and we will have a belt going this way. Yeah. Or you know what? We'll have belt going in the middle. Um, so we're gonna push this uh here. I'm gonna push you here, and we'll have belt going somewhere here, like so. Yes, with these guys outputting over here. Yeah, something of this sort. And we will have another belt over here, which is going to carry um, the coke, right? So now to feed these guys with coke. Uh, oh, uh, looks like this is going to be simpler. So you feed it like so, and here, and how will I feed this guy? Maybe I can do this. So I'll feed it. I'll pull the coke from the inserter rather than the belt, which is interesting, but it will work because we have the fuel leach mod. Okay, let's double this up. Um, flip, yeah, and now that's two of these furnaces, two furnaces making iron plates going into one furnace making steel, right? So that's a 4 to 2 or 2 to 1 or whatever. Looking at this now, and it's perfect ratio. Bingo, right? So it's pretty cool. So we have basically another you know uh, another cool and compact um, blueprint for this, and that's pretty cool. I like it. I like it for sure. The only problem is that this needs some more inserters over here, and we'll make it like so, and make it like so. Oh, we don't want to start producing the stuff that we want to produce here, but just um, yeah, let's place this here, right? Or maybe have like some space between the two. I guess that covers the bottom well, and we'll have some this here. That should work. Let's have our first scanner scan all these guys, and let's start constructing as we are placing it. So we kind of do this a little faster. Mm, okay, don't have anything left. And just to pick up some iron, we will have um, some power over here. So we'll have a chest over here that will pick some iron for us. Can we make this yet? No, we can't. We need steel for that. Can we prioritize this? We can prioritize it. Okay. Yeah, we'll have at least 2 stacks of iron being stored up as we make this. The reason I'm sort of uh, paying more attention to this is because I mean we're gonna keep this for some time. We have almost everything set up. Uh, okay. Um, a bunch of ghosts that we have not plopped down. Just trying to find them. Uh, Couple burner and stuff. These guys. One, that one. No, that one. And one more iron. Very powerful. Okay. Uh, why is it dark? Guess it's daytime now. We'll need, yeah, let's make 3 greenhouses. That's like the perfect amount of. Let's make one more. What do we need? We need wood for that. We have some wood being made over here. All right, let's make one more. And we will use stone furnaces. Turn all of this into. So okay, here's the thing. Let's we're gonna use the same belt to transport the. Let's figure out the blueprint though. So we are gonna make. Oh shit. We're not gonna bother with this right now, but okay, we want to make wood and one of these. We can make 5 more furnaces. So I'm not gonna use my steel coils. We have a limited amount of them. Those guys. And we want to make coke, right? Let's look at this. Huh. If we have just one, okay. So we are making more wood than we're consuming. But if we do this one, so the difference is 0.29, right? That's the extra per second that we're making. We don't have to like strike a perfect sort of balance all the time because that's not how K2 works, right? Because like to get to like perfect balance because of these stupid values, right? Like 0.29 per second, right? And that's the um I'm sorry, the production is 0.67 per second. That's actually, yeah, you can round that off. And the consumption is 0.38 per second. So that's a weird number, right? Because this recipe, uh, okay, it takes 16 seconds and this recipe takes 60 seconds. So basically, if we want to direct feed, that's the idea that I really want to just direct feed from here to here. uh, and if we want to do that, we don't have to like hit the perfect value. We just have to get as close as possible. So right, so for example here we have minus 0.08 per second of a difference, which is very low, which is very close to zero, and it's fine. That's fine. We don't have to like uh, reach perfection here. We're gonna do that, and let's make a couple more, couple more. Yeah, we need a bunch of inserters, and they're very difficult to make with K2. That's very annoying because they need inserter parts and automation core. And inserter parts is iron sticks and iron gear wheels. That's like six iron plates. And even the automation core is six iron plates and six copper plates. So that's, yeah, they're pretty expensive in K2. Yeah, I mean, I think inserters would be the first thing that I would want to ideally, uh, automate. That's what that would be my goal. Anyways, we have this blueprint right now, and place this here. Or we can place this up top like that. We're gonna have four of these. Uh, yeah. Um. Yeah. I don't want it. It looks angry. It might go there and start destroying the build. They changed its mind. That's good. Ah. Okay. That's a lot of inserters that we need to make. Uh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we still don't have. Let's also suck is not a great word, but also pull from here. Where do fruits go on vacation? Paris. Hmm. Okay. You know the problem with these dad jokes, like the only way to react to these is uh uh with a sigh. You just it's like, ah. Oh, we didn't figure out one thing. Okay, so we don't need these inserters, but we do need to feed these guys. Okay, so that's a problem. That's a problem in our blueprint. Let's place you here. Okay, and let's have something like this. Pretty cool if we can do that. Uh, there, and oh no, we can place this here. So we can have something like this. Oh, okay. At least we can have something like this, you know. Um, mm, okay. Uh, that's how it is. We only have one space in between. So I guess we're gonna use splitters. That's that, 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 and that, and something like that. Let's make it a little more efficient on the belts. There you go. And let's scan this again. Make the rest of it, and let's feed it hole that we have. So wait, I'm gonna scan this one again, and then press this button again. So one smart thing that it does is that, okay, I scanned it again and it gave me like a different sort of output. It gave me some transport belts because I had not accounted for those earlier. But when I press this, it's only, it's also going to see what you're crafting already, and it's not going to craft, uh, the whole thing again. It's only going to craft the difference, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty smart mod. I really liked it. Like I can't stress this enough. But it's pretty cool. Anyways, we will have a chest over here and over here, and yeah, crafting this right now. Yeah, we want to recycle all of our coal that's just sitting here. So it would be nice if we can just we'll also drop all the coal into these guys. We can just save on some inventory space. And let's just walk over all of this, and voila, we're done. Kinda, we're not done. Okay, fine. Yeah, we need to put power poles for sure. Like, okay, we'll have one over here. We can't reach both. Damn it. What about I do? What if I do this? I can do this. And that touches everything. There, there. And that should be good enough. That should be good enough. Okay, that's everything hooked up. Now the final thing that we need is water. How much water will you consume? You will consume a total of 13.3 water per second. Wow, okay. And one of our offshore pumps produces 1,250 per second. All right, so we can use one of our existing pumps for that. Probably this one. The problem is we don't have underground ease just yet. So maybe we shouldn't be placing this here. We need to figure out like a better place to place this. How about yeah, this is not a great idea. Let's move this, because if we have like a pipe going from all the way over there to here, it's basically gonna, divide my base into, and we don't have underground east. We can't craft underground east just yet. So yeah, it'll be stupid to like split up our base like that, and with no way to like go across. Too difficult to walk. What we'll do is oh, we can't flip this. Anyways, that's fine. That's fine. Not a big deal. We'll place this here, okay? And idea, and we'll deconstruct this, and we'll I'll move shift this by one. No, um, no, actually this is centered. This is fine. Place all of these guys. Oh wow, look at that. Some of our um, solar panels are about to die. Okay, so the weird idea that I had was that what if yeah, we will basically reverse the build direction, and we'll make it go up there, and then bring out the build from there. The weird idea I had was that maybe just take this build, and it's going to the power anyways, and we can turn this from here, and then take it up and feed it like that. The problem with that is that um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think I'll need a. I would want a dedicated sort of build for that. I don't want this kind of like a mixed thing going on. There you go. There's a band called 999 MV. They haven't had any gigs yet. Haha, haha. I don't know how to react to that. Other than just saying haha. Oh, yeah, these will need to be reversed. Okay, okay, okay. Let's paint all the belts down. Okay, we're pretty close to our 2 hour mark today. But because we kind of wasted a couple hours, or not couple hours, but like half an hour early on, just because we didn't have like proper setup going yet, because of the echo and stuff like that. And we were already late. So I guess we can extend the stream a little bit. That's fine. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Why is this not accounted for? What the hell, Ghost Counter? Oh, wow. Okay. I need 71 additional builds. So that consumed all of our iron. Wow, it's working. Look at that. And we should have another offshore pump made to feed these guys. We just need one uh, because these are all connected in the middle. Like, you can see the pipe basically goes either direction, so they are connected. We just need to hook one up on the right here, and that should be good enough. Let's do that. Let's have some pipes. So like so, and that's 5 pipes exactly. There you go. And we'll give it some power. That Whoa, look at that. Low. I used to play a lot of um, Command and Conquer back in the day, like Red Alert 2, Tiberian Sun. I used to play a lot of Tiberian Wars too. I did not like the first sort of the Command and Conquer one and the remakes. I never sort of connected to that game, but um, yeah, I like it. Like whenever I see green, the first thought I have, like glowing green, the first thought I have is like Tiberium, like the glow, the green glow. Game lives. Fun times. Anyways, this is going on the bottom belt, so we need to feed the top belt. Get some more of you. Okay, and let's see. And because this is like a special sort of blueprint, just for the um, just for steel, we're gonna mark it as such and place it here. So we have like a regular one, and then we have a special steel one. Beautiful. Steel. Um, so we're gonna have these coming uh, here, here, and here. Yeah, just to paint out uh, the the inputs like so. And all right, and we're cooking. Cooking. We just started. Nice. Everything is hooked up. Yeah. So this is able to feed the furnace just by pulling from the inserter. Yeah, it's a little difficult for it to like feed itself and also this guy at the top. But yeah, it just takes a little bit to spool up, and we have our answer. It's having some difficulty pulling stuff from the belt, but it's getting there. It's fine. It's getting there slowly but surely. Direct feeding is always beautiful. You don't need belts. Always, all the time. Yeah, I love this compact cooker. To be honest, I don't like that it doesn't quite line up with this one because like this is lining up, but this is off by uh, a couple tiles. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. All right. Looking at this guy, how much steel will we produce from here? Both of these combined will give us 2.5 steel per second, which is good. I'm happy with that. I don't think we're going to use more than that. Um, I agree we're using some space in the middle. We can maybe shift everything to the left a little bit and start from all the way to the left here, and then we can have like three of these in a row, and that's gonna increase the rate by 50%. So right now, since we're producing 2.5, so that's gonna be another 1.25 in the mix. So that's what 3.75 or something like that, which is like half a belt. Oh no, a quarter of a belt basically. That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy. Anyways, let's have an inserter feeding into a chest over here. There you go. And we have steel. Awesome. So now we can make a bunch of stuff from steel. Uh, let's pull some from the belt. Make a steel chest first of all, and place that there. Why? Because steel chests have a total number of it's a total of four slots instead of two from the iron belt from the iron chest. Uh, what am I saying? I'm just a little zoned out right now. But anyways, so if we want iron, we'll have like a sort of a more denser source to pull from. So we can just control click and we'll get a bunch of iron. We have some iron right now, so we're not going to deal with it. Steel, we don't need a lot of. Um, two of these slots is more than enough. And looking at this guy is performing properly. It's obviously deficient in wood right now, but we can supply it some. um, stone, some sand, and it can bring it back to that level. Maybe maybe more than what we need, but I mean, it looks good. It's working, and it's, I think, sufficient for at least the smelting needs that we have right now. Also, I'm noticing that these guys are getting damaged a lot. Can't reach that one. And these guys are getting damaged too. So, I mean, you can consider that like a material sort of cost to the free power that we get out of these things. Anyways, the way actually to prevent the damage, right? We'll be able to automate that later on. So when we unlock solar panels, right? We also get this UV lamp, which is like a special lamp, and this kind of repels. Uh, yeah, it says that in the description right there. It reduces the lifetime of purple wisps at night and scares off other wisps. Right? Radius is 12 tiles. So we can like place some of these here. They're gonna use some electricity, obviously. They're pretty hungry for electricity, by the way. Um, let's see how much. 160 watts. That's not less, to be honest, because like a regular lamp is only five. Oh, yeah, that's 5 kilowatts. And wait, I'm a little confused. Uh, yeah, that's 160 kilowatts. This is 5 kilowatts. This big lamp is 20 kilowatts. So that's like 200 times of or like that's a 190, almost 200. That's 10 times of this guy, and a lot more than this guy. So yeah, why do we have a couple lamps in our pocket? Don't we have this space lit up? We have it lit up. Anyways, we can use it for the next one. That's fine. We can also get ourselves a steel um, armor. Yeah, which is nice to have. A steel armor needs light armor, which we have, and 50 steel plates. Let's get one stack. That's 50 exactly. Let's craft this one. Does it give us any inventory size upgrades? No, it doesn't. But compared to the light armor, it has a physical damage resistance of 3, and this has a physical damage resistance of 6. So that's double. And explosions, this one has a resistance of 2, whereas this one has a resistance of 20 towards explosions. So it's pretty good against explosions. Uh, Pretty cool. Let's have a radar, a sentinel, basically, in there in the middle, and that should keep this area visible to us. We can also protect this because we're gonna get attacked one, I mean, one way or another pretty soon. Um, or actually, we're not gonna get attacked from here, from up top. We're not making that much pollution. But at the bottom, we are, uh, yeah, we're also protected from the bottom. That's good. That's good. We're good right now. Cool. Let's do the same thing for copper and stone, and we will have, and then we can maybe go for our mission real quick. We're actually a little behind time wise, but that's okay. We can spend some more time. That's okay. Yeah, that should do it. We should this um, get rid of all the coal that we have sitting around in our pocket. Mm, get some steel, make it a steel chest. That would double the speed of how much coal we can lose. Yep, 100 steel is pretty good. There you go. Okay, yeah, that feels much better. They're still cooking. Yeah, let's let them cook so we can sort of clear this area and have one of our these guys plop down here. Uh, we'll supply it with the coke again, and we'll also have one here, and that should be enough for our early game needs. We should also do a mission. We have two missions on hand. Uh, because we don't really have much to research right now. Oh, our research is not even happening right now. Okay, that's where this becomes handy. This guy making automation tech cards over. So it's not at the rate that we would want it, but early game when we're still setting it up, stringing our stuff up, it's actually good to just get the basic tech out of the way, and if you're not bothered with time too much. All right, two and one. Let's okay. Let's just pull all of this apart and trace this down. We gotta make sure that the light blue ranges from the um miners are not touching. So like this is basically at the very corner of it's like look at the range. So it's like not going into the stone territory, which is actually good, which is what we want. Let's make this. Oh uh, wait. We don't have. Oh, we do have. We do have four of these. That's good. Yeah, set the recipes. Now we only have one steel furnace as a spare. Um, I guess then we'll not automate bricks just yet, but yeah, we can make the rest of it. Uh, we're also out of iron. It's a good thing that we have iron being made over there or collected into a steel chest over there, so we can do this. And yeah, that's good enough. We should also have a couple fast inserters. Yeah, we should upgrade these to fast inserters instead. So like so and like so. Yeah, or maybe I should use um, instead of this. There's another way to do this, and I think that's even faster. We'll have a it's a chest over there, and we'll have a loader over there. We'll basically split off belt and do this. Boom. That fills it as fast as it can. That's like it's basically uh, like a full yellow belt of speed, which is 15 per second, and it's already full. Yeah, good to have a lot of iron, as much iron as we can have on us. Yeah, take some more coal, and let's make this as much as we can before we go on that mission and unlock some of the cool tech. Hmm. Okay. Sorry about that. Um, just a quick break. Yeah. So what actually happened was that so I have my Steam Deck. So I'm actually streaming this from my laptop. It's a MacBook Pro, and I have my Steam Deck right next to my laptop on the desk, which is showing me chat and stuff. And what happened was the Steam Deck died. It ran out of battery. Um, yes, I was just turning it back on and stuff. All right. Okay. That sounds good. We have this set up. Um, I guess for this guy, for the bricks, because we don't need it as much, and for the stone too, we're just gonna use. We were still gonna use um the the burner miners. Okay, let's hook this up. What do we want here? We want oak, right? Uh, let's see. We can, instead of doing that turn, we can simplify this a little bit, right? Are we still streaming? We are. Okay. Just want to make sure. that. That should be the exact amount of belt that we used. And we want to have a splitter over here, just going down. Yeah, take it down all the way to our um, to this guy. We also want to mine this later on, so I will take it all the way to the left, then bring it down, then bring it. Oh, nope, nope, do that. And just like before, we're gonna pull up our post counter and that, and handcraft all the belts. Get rid of some of that, and let's get rid of some of the stone as well. As much stone as we can. Yeah, we have too much stone on us. Yeah, we still have a bunch of stone. So drop this on the belt as well. There you go. And we also wanna give it power. So we have um we have some poles. Mm-hmm. Come on. And there you go. All right. And we'll hook this belt back up to there. So I believe this is the copper one, second one. So we're gonna do that. Oh, wait. Um, there. Or you know what? Mm-hmm. Oops. There you go. Yeah, it's a little stupid how we're doing it, but I guess it's fine. Uh, do this again and craft all of this. Get rid of some more coal. Are we producing too much pollution here? I mean, we have a bunch of trees over here and over here, so it should be okay. How do you protect a bagel? Locks it up. Locks it up. Locks it up. I no, I don't get that. All right, and that's copper sorted, and then we'll finally deal with the rest of it. We do wanna have like a similar setup and have you there and have a iron chest. Let's get some more iron from there and make an iron chest. That should get us what we want. Same for you, you, and you. Boop, boop. Oh, all right, all right. I love how all this material is flowing down the belt now. Beautiful. But yeah, for construction purposes and all that, we'll always have some copper stored for us. That's for us to pick up. Get rid of some more coal. Okay, we're almost down to nothing. And let's see if we can do some research. We can't do some research because we gotta go and do some um, missions. We have two missions waiting for us. Search for David and logistic tech. I think before we get to logistic tech cards, I think we should do the David one because David is a fighter basically. David is a combat companion, and where is this guy? What do you need? Do you need? You need 147 um, electric circuits and 147 of copper cable. Copper cable is easy enough. We can do that now. Um, so that's 8 into 5. That's 40. So that's 40, 80. That's 120, and then you know 1 2. I think that should be enough. Uh, Now for electric circuits, oh, we should be doing electric circuits first because it's gonna consume all the copper cable. Yes, we can make 82. That's 82 multiplied by 2. That's around 164 of electronic circuits. That's good. Actually, yeah, let's get rid of it. Um, So if I press right click once, it's gonna give me 5 crafts into 2. That's 10 electronic circuits per 5 crafts. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? And then we need some copper, but we can convert the rest into copper cable. So that should give us 120 of the copper cable. Yeah, then 120 and then 1, 2, 3. I think that should be good now. Yeah, let's go rescue this guy. We also have a research for this guy. So this technology allows you to upgrade David, the synthetic companion. Each level adds more HP, resistances, damage, and other weapon abilities. So I think by default, based on what I remember, um, David has um, a pickaxe, right? So it can only do melee damage. Um, and that research basically gives David a massive HP boost and also a pistol to start with. And then the rest of the research is the basically that we'll be doing later on. Each one of these will give it more resistances, more HP, and it'll every research will give it like a new weapon, right? So the next weapon will, I think, be an SMG. and then after that it will be like a sniper rifle and stuff like that. Ooh, okay, these guys. Yeah, we gotta be. Should we get rid of this? We do have some defender drones. Okay, let's equip ourselves a little bit. Um, explosion, poison, slow down, and defenders. So now, because these are explosive biters, they have a very good resistance from explosions. See, that's like 50 damage is completely resisted, and the rest of the damage is 90% resisted. So yeah, it's crazy. They are weak to electric. We don't have anything for electric right now. We may later on, and they are weak to frost. They're very weak to frost apparently. They are not. Uh, they're also weak to laser a little bit. We don't have any of those things right now, but we just have like good old physical damage. So I guess we can do that. Um, okay, let's get some defender capsules. Oh wow, it's gotten dark. It's gotten very dark. With some light just so we can see. And one, two, three. Oh wow, shit. Okay, we can only have one apparently. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use poison capsules. Okay, this one defender guy is pretty cool, and we can just use pistols for the rest. Explosive biter nests. If we manage to destroy it, it's gonna explode like a nuke. There you go. Yeah, big explosion kills everything around it, even the worm and the other nest. So yeah, once you are able to kill it, you don't have to bother with the rest. 147 of that, 147 of that, and we got this guy. Nice. Mission accomplished. So it's for David. David has a similar sort of window when you click on this one at the top. And wow, wait, followers defender. Oh, it should have died out uh, by now. How much time does it stay on for? 120 seconds. That's a lot compared to vanilla. Really have some vision over here just to make sure that they're not close to dying. Anyways, this is pretty cool. Even with one defender, we were able to deal with that. That's pretty cool. Anyways, coming back to David. So David is a synthetic. He's much bigger than us, as you can see, in size, and he also has an HP to match. So he has a total HP of this is like 1,500. This is, I think, the same as a tank that we're gonna get later on. And there are a bunch of actions over here. These are similar to our worker droid, right? Um, these windows should have like a cross on the corner, something like that. Anyways, the first one is that we can look at its camera. We can look at surroundings, where it's going. We can ask it to follow us, and then it's gonna follow us. We can ask it to guard where it is. So it's gonna stand over there, wherever it's standing. Just gonna go around and like just make sure that uh, the it's gonna fight. It's a fighter guy. Or we can ask it to go home, and it's gonna go back to the spawn point, whatever the spawn point is, right? So since we're playing K2, our our ship is not the spawn point. This guy is, right? Also, David can climb into vehicles with us, right? He can ride. I mean, he can't shoot when in vehicles, but we can, take him with us on uh, just military missions, or just to go explore on boats, and he's gonna join us for that. Anyways, equipped gear, pickaxe, like I said. So David can only um follow me, sir. Yeah, David can only do melee damage right now. We're researching the next one, which is pretty expensive, but it's gonna give David the ability to shoot. Yeah, and David also um has an unlimited amount of um defender capsules and destroyer capsules and etc etc. Although when David decides to use them is basically up to uh, his own discretion. But it's good that he's following us. We can ask it to come here. We already have this area defended, but we can defend this. We can let's look at the pollution cloud. Yeah, we're basically doing a little. What is that? What is that? Hmm, that's weird. Anyways, we can. Oh, that's the lamp. That's the lamp that we had earlier. Anyways, we can bring David here, and we can ask it to guard this area. It's gonna stay here. So if any biters happen to come nearby, they can. You know, David can handle them. Yeah, we'll go back to collect our lamp. We don't want any biters to come in. I mean, it's not expensive. It's very cheap. It's just that um, yeah, just reducing pollution. Gonna attract biters for no reason. Yeah, and we get some coal out of it, so we can use that or recycle it instead of wasting it away. Uh, yeah, sorry about that. I'm just a little I have a bit of OCD when it comes to stuff like this. You know, perfect utilization of everything we have. Not wasting stuff. Anyways, moving on, we have this sorted. We can do these guys up. We don't need more stone than whatever is being, whatever we have right now. Uh, what we can do is, oh wait, that was for this guy. Um, so here's an idea. We don't have steel furnaces just yet. We have these guys now. We just have to depend on these guys. We do want a belt full of stone bricks. So why not have that belt right now? Like um, let's wait. Uh, oh, burner miners cannot be flipped. Sure, whatever. Uh, that's one, two, three. Yeah, and that, that. There you go. And yeah, we don't want it like uh, at the speed of light or anything like that. But I think they should do. Two of these should produce enough, more than what we need. Let's do this again. We have everything we need. We are out of iron. Okay, we have to go fetch some more iron. Uh, because apparently we can't build all of this with the stuff that we had. Uh, yeah, you know what? Let's have these guys researched just so that we can have, some sort of like a bigger box to keep uh all the stone and all the stupid things collecting for no reason. Also, fill these up with uh, all the stone that we have. Yeah, let's fill this belt up as well. Still have more stone. Wow. Anyways, we have a belt of coke coming in, so we can figure out a way for um, this guy to feed itself. How would we do that though? Uh, let's see. Yeah, we never figured out auto feeding of coal. This would be nice if we can do this, or we can do something like, huh? Let's say I have a belt coming here. I need to feed this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. So I can feed this guy from here and move this guy by one space and feed him like so. Maybe um and like that. One and so it looks some like weird baguette thing. Wow, God, that's ugly. Does it work though? Not really, it doesn't. We can cross feed stuff. Hmm, it's weird. Hmm, God, that's ugly. God damn it. Well, it works, and we don't need to think about it too much. So let's do this. And you know what? Yeah, let's pull up all of these guys. Um, Flip this. We can't flip this. Get rid of these guys. Now we can flip this. Ah, okay. It's even more weird here. So we want to place there, there, and there, and there, 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 there. Okay. So that is getting fed. That is getting fed. That is getting fed. This is feeding this guy. This guy is feeding this guy. This guy is feeding. God, that's a jitter. Wow. I mean, I'm sure there is like a more elegant way to do this. Um, but I don't know, man. I guess we'll figure it out. Hmm. Also, I had an idea. We do need coke as well, right? We need coal for some stuff, which is not a lot of stuff. I mean, and we do need coke for some stuff as well. Like for example, biter research data needs coke, which is very less. So we can have a belt with both coal and coke on the same belt. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Anyways, that's a lot of stone that we have. Uh, Splitter. We need another splitter. Okay, and one last time before we go and unlock um, the logistic tech card. I think our objective today was to get to trains, at least research trains, and we're still gonna do that. We're kind of beyond, like, I don't usually stream beyond 2 hours, and we're closing in on 3 hours right now. But we're still gonna do it because that's the goal that we set for ourselves. We got a bit delayed, but that's fine. I hope that's not too much of trouble for you guys watching the stream. But sure, okay. Hope it works out. Also, before we go down, we can do one more thing here. We can, uh, make this one on drop on the near side of the belt, so we can, have some belt storage going on. You know, we'll have some coke on hand when we need it. That's the coke coming in. Let's have all these burner inserters set up. Let's see if everything is fed properly. I think I can be a little more smart about this. feeding. It does look very ugly. Okay. Yeah, looks like everything is being fed as expected, except juicer. Oh no, okay. Okay. Yeah, just needed a bit more of time. Yeah, that looks ugly. This looks much better, symmetric, etc. This is yeah. We'll figure this out. Uh, we don't have to scale this up right now, but we'll soon need to. And I hope we get to the electric furnaces. As soon as we get to the electric furnaces, we're gonna rip this apart. We don't even need this as a blueprint. Uh, anyways, um, not electric furnaces. Sorry, steel furnaces. This guy. Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna get to logistic tech cards pretty soon. Actually, right now, to be honest. Let's do that. So it has some material requirements. We have the stone bricks to feed it. Um, why? When did I make this guy? Huh. I guess I made this by mistake. Blah, exclamation mark. Anyways, get this stuff off of the belt. Off of our inventory actually. There goes the coal. Have one more crusher. Do something about that. Anyways, moving on. Let's get all this sorted. Um, electronic circuits. We need. Oh, that's a lot of electronic circuits that we need. Okay, we there's no way that we can do that by and we're also out of copper here. Yeah, I have an idea. Let's automate that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Uh, what were we doing? Shit. Mm, okay, let's do this first, and then we'll get back to that. Uh, yeah, we're cooking up some spaghetti for sure. That's some serious spaghetti. Red Rafe on patch build only. Yes, that's the idea. That's what we're going for. Look at that. Oh, we're out of iron yet again. Well, we I think we should um start making a mall after we get the bus sorted. Uh, that that's the first thing we should do. Yeah, at least we should at least make undergroundies, transport belts, inserters, basically all the stuff that we need pretty often. Oh, hey, we can use this to we can use up all the all the stone that we have for to make some landfill. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I was pretty annoyed by all the stone in my clogging up my inventory. It was just ugly to look at. Let's give you a steel chest actually, uh, and two more stacks of. There we go. Okay, what were we doing? We were thinking about automating this. We have some assemblers, blue assemblers, in fact, on our person. Um, Electric furnaces. Oh, we also need wood on the bus, and not just all this stuff. So maybe we can uh, have like a dedicated belt for wood because electric circuits need wood. Anyways, let's. We have copper. We have decent amount of wood. We have a decent amount of iron plates. We need 293. That's 300. Actually, yeah. Let's not handcraft this. Let's definitely not handcraft this. Let's have this. Let's say over here. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. Let's. Okay. That's a little annoying. Green circuits. Let's give it a chest of copper plate, a chest of iron plates, um, and an output chest, and an input chest over there. Yeah, just a temporary setup, just so that we can automate electric circuits just for this mission. Uh, Once we get the logistic tech cards, um, we'll be flying. We'll have a bunch of stuff that we can build. Make automation do, which is okay, not a big deal. We can have advanced material processing. We can have the big electric poles, and we can get a tool belt upgrade. Actually, that's not pretty significant, to be honest. Yeah, that's not like aw- like awesome stuff. But it's good. I guess it's okay. Um, Whoop, whoop. Let's have something along the lines of whatever that is. Yeah, I'm trying to set up like a box for um stone bricks over here for me to pick it up easily. So let's copy this and let's place it as close as, no, not here, but here. There you go. That's a good one. All right. So we have iron, we have steel plates, we have copper plates. We're good on materials. We need 236 copper cables. Let's do that. So yeah, because copper cables and gear wheels are pretty easy to handcraft, we're gonna do that. Everything is temporary until it's not. True, very true, very true. But I think I'm gonna stick to the um, uh, the on patch smelting. I hate smelter stacks. That's just ugly to look at. You always like have those stacks, this dust jutting out, and I don't wanna ferry ore around. It's half the stack size, and it just ugly to do that. So yeah, this is something that I did in my last sort of playthrough, uh, the FF1 for the first time, and I loved it, and I like it, and it's awesome, and it works. So yeah, why the hell not? So I'm guessing these will not be temporary. These will be around for some time, right? Until we get to better mining drills, or electric furnaces and all of that, which is when we get to titanium, we're going to upgrade this again. But we're going to have like these kind of sort of mining blueprints that we're going to maintain. You can get rid of that. Anyways, pretty cool to do that, to be able to do this, to be honest. Um okay, 236 copper cable. So one 5 parts will give me 40. That's 40, 80, 120, 160, and then 200, and then 240. Awesome. Done. Looking at the iron gear reels, we need 220 of those. One, like 5 crafts will give me 20. That's 4 into 5 is 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Again, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's 200. And then, oh, ran short. And then 20 more. That will give me 220 exact. And then we can check on our dude over here. Oh, what? Why? Oh, shit. Oh, it needed this and not that. Ah, God damn it. Wait. Okay, prioritize this. Don't do that. I'll have to change the shortcut for recipe book, because it keeps doing that. Anyways, okay, we have the cop cables done. We don't want another one of the U. Hand feeding. Are we stuck over here? No, not really. Yeah, we're still going. Pretty slow though. Did we research something? We did. Oh, we can upgrade David now. So look at this. Now the current HP, earlier it was like 1500. Each upgrade gives it another 1500 of HP. Doubles. Wow. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot of HP. I should definitely use this guy to clear the island. Equipped gear pickaxe, and now this guy has a pistol, and that changed its color too. It was gray earlier. Now with the pistol, yeah, it's like a yellow clothing that this guy has. It's still huge. It's like a freaking giant. But okay, this is happening now. We should give it a, what is the stack size of this guy? 100. So this is gonna give me Yeah, we should have like a steel chest over there because we need um 3 stacks. Okay. This makes me slightly happy looking at this. It's still like a bunch of spaghetti, but we have something looking like a bus uh, going now. We have some sentinels, so let's do that. Let's place a sentinel over here. Not okay, not there. Maybe over here in the middle, like that. That should be better. What's the best way to watch a fly fishing tournament? Live stream, because stream. Okay. And we're gonna have our last sentinel placed over there, just so we can keep an eye on our base when we're gone. Uh, I was making iron gear wheels. Oh, okay. So we have 203. Wow, okay. We want 220. So that's like single press, single right click, and that should get us to 220. That should be, yeah, that's 3 ingredients done. Let's see if we can get the last one as well. Get some more copper. Give it some more copper. We don't have to keep feeding it. Yep, like that.
Okay. I finally figured out why I was hearing an echo of my own voice, because I had a tab open with the stream running uh, in Firefox, and it took me this long to figure it out. I feel like an idiot now. Well, anyways, please figure it out. That's 200 done. We need 100 more. Nice. Finally, after such a long time, we are truly coal free and stone free. And we have a belt going, which is pretty cool. We have coke coming all the way here, which we can feed onto this belt. And we have coal over here, which we can bring up, and we can have a belt of that. That's sorted. Stone is easy. We can bring a belt all the way from there and do that. And oh, we're out of iron. Let's give you some more iron. And wood is also pretty easy. Yeah, we can have like another four of these. Uh, we can basically just have something like this, and then a belt coming like that and feeding into that. Yeah, pretty simple. Also, I'm looking forward to getting underground use. That's gonna be useful. I think we get that here. Oh wow. We need transport science pack for that. That comes after Rails. Huh. Okay. Never mind, I guess. Uh, oh, this is slow. This is so, one more to double the speed of that. There you go. Now bottlenecks. Now the bottleneck will be feeding this guy with copper. So we're gonna use a fast inserter to that. Nice. The research is done. We can do the shelter next. We can also do the gates. Just dummy research that we can do. Actually, we don't need the shelter, or we do need the shelter, I guess. Or do we? We don't. Okay, let's not waste resources on these guys. Let's beeline uh, for logistics too, and then railways, and also advanced material processing. Yeah, these three are the ones that we want right now. Really important. We do have large containers in case we want to, like, we have like bunch of stone that we need to store, or like um, feed it back into the system or something like that. That's good. Okay, we're very close to our goal. Check all of it fine. Yeah, we have exactly 292 of the return tickets. So we're gonna take David along for this one. One of us. We're gonna have this sort of menu somewhere on the side. Wait, where is it? Ah, all the way up there. Okay, okay. We're gonna have this open on the side, just so that we keep an eye on David. I mean, he has 3,000 HP. Maybe I don't really need to do that. Uh, yes, we can. Yeah, we can close this. Let's see how it goes. We have enough ammo. We have armor piercing ammo, which we have not even used. We have defender capsules and poison capsules and float on capsules, and like grenades. So I think we're good. Yeah, we're gonna use one defender capsule because that's the limit, I think. Should show the current limit because it's like pretty expensive to like figure it out on your own. Why are you doing that? Okay, I guess it was having a pathing problem. Yeah, I believe the pathing algorithm for this is also the same as the biter algorithm. So basically, it's doing the same thing the biters do. Um, when the biters get stuck, they start eating the rock to clear the way. And yeah, that's what this guy is doing as well. Anyways, that's that. Then we need that. That's 201 of bricks, 293 of electric circuits, electronic circuits. We need 236 of U, and we need 220 of that. Yeah, that's the rest of the resources. All right. Okay. We just need to escort this guy back to base. Sounds easy enough, doesn't it? Let's hope nothing happens to it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, the pathing is pretty bad. It's pretty slow. What is it shooting at? Good that we have this camera. So, oh wow, look at that. Okay, this guy spawned some, what are these? Defender capsules? Destroyer capsules. Wow, electric damage. Pretty cool. Mhm. Let's try the control E thing. So if I press control E, it's following me. If I press it again, it should stop following me. Yeah, it's not following me anymore. It's staying wherever it is. And then I press control E again. Uh-huh. Yeah, let's have it. Uh, I guess the only reason that I would not want it to follow me is when I have it like in a secure place, and then I want to like sort of shield it for a little bit, but like get rid of the vitals. Yeah, that's the only reason. And we're here. Finally. Nice. Okay. Uh, It's unlocked. This guy, we have everything we need for that. Okay, so we're already at 3 hours and 20 minutes. That's way more than uh, what I can stretch to, I guess. Um, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna stop it right here. We got logistic tech cards, so that's a good goal to reach. I'm gonna get a save off right there, and thank you so much for dropping by. Um, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Bye bye. Hey. No, not to worry, not to worry. We're still live, but yeah, we're just going off right now. Uh, I've never tried rating. I'm pretty new to Twitch, so maybe I can help you, drop you somewhere else, I guess. Okay, Bold is live. Uh, So we can raid bold. Yeah, this is the first time I'm raiding, so I hope it works out well. Raid now.